Hey folks, how y'all doing today? I'm Stately, this is City Skylines. Welcome to the fair town of good intentions, where today we're going to spend a little bit of time doing some detailing and maybe a couple small projects. I don't have anything huge lined up for today. I just figured it would be nice to touch on a few things we haven't looked at in a while and see how we can make our city work better. And the first thing I want to do, honestly, is I kind of want to get rid of this or some of this. It's kind of isolated there and it looks weird. So, what I was thinking is that instead of that, maybe we could put down some high density housing here instead. I think the location's pretty good. There's plenty of space that's not really being used. And then we can D-zone the ones across the freeway here. I guess we can leave these in. I just don't like having these in this little green belt here. So let's go ahead and D-zone these bad boys. Sorry guys, but I built you some nice new houses right down the street, so you can go live there. And what we'll do is we'll make up for it with some buildings over here to kind of fill this area in. Hey, check it out. We're a metropolis. Weehee. What do we got? Airports, cargo airports, planes, Chirpex launch site, the winter market. There's a bunch of stuff here that I could probably get pretty easily. I'd love to have the London Eye somewhere. Got the theater and the shopping center. Those aren't hugely exciting. These bug me. These ones that you only unlock if you're absolutely sucky at what you're doing. And some of them you absolutely have to do on purpose. Like 2,000 abandoned buildings. You'd literally have to go out of your way to accomplish that, or be the worst City Skyline player in the history of City Skylines. Either way, not great. But we can build airports now, and that's kind of cool. Why are these not going away? I've already de-zoned them, so I feel like they should be gone by now. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way. That'll get us back under 48,000 too, probably. Okay, alright, well, we'll let that grow, and this corner here feels like it needs a little something. Would this be a good place for some commerce, or maybe some offices? Put a couple of office buildings down. We got this whole strip, too. And I'm actually perfectly okay with using this for offices, because they don't cause nearly as much noise. And it's much less likely that the residential guys are going to complain. So, yeah, we'll pop down some offices here. And then this area here, we'll do some commerce around the intersection, I think. Perhaps not there, but here, and I mean, this is a nice corner for something, right? As is this, and we'll just fill this entire area in here. There's no room there, so we won't do it there. And let's see what we end up with. Meanwhile, we have these areas here. Still just always seem to have high demand for commerce, so let's go ahead and do the thing here as well and see what we end up with. Okay, this area, I'm kind of saving this as university expansion, so I'm not going to do anything with it right now. I don't think we have to fill in every single little gap that we run into, obviously. Nobody seems to want to live here. Oh, here we go. We're getting a couple of people moving in already. Let's do a little bit of detailing while we're here. I think up along this road here we should have maybe some billboards. We have a bunch. Let me not look these up because a lot of those are meant to be attached to walls. But they're all for some reason under my electrical stuff here. So we can put them down so that they're visible from the road here, like that, and we'll do, 3 or 4 different ones so that we don't get too much repetition. And what else do we have here? This one's nice. And some of this, just kind of spreading them out. No need to go completely overboard. And then maybe, oh, there we go, academic report. What do we got? We've got 1,298 students. That's good. We've got 7 academic works. I'm sure that's good too. School of Mining and Crafting is coming along just fine. Advanced paint tool. You can paint anything with this. Anything. Okay. All right. Not quite sure what to make of that, but I'll take it. This would be a good place for a billboard, right? Right by the exit where people are, you know, supposed to be paying attention to traffic. Okay, now that you mention it, maybe that's not a great place for a billboard. Fine, we'll put a couple here instead. And what else? Just kind of spread them out a little. There we go. And this green belt should be either greener or more cluttered, I feel. What do we have in the way of like weeds and grass? We got these brown weeds. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Let's turn prop anarchy on so we can have some of them like there. I don't know how much of these I can put down without it sticking out. See what we got in the way of grass. See a lot of little grasses and stuff. Meadow grass too large. Oh, okay. That's cool, but that's not what we're looking for. And these are tiny little things, aren't they? Indian grass? I don't know what Indian grass is. It doesn't look too bad. Right, that's kind of decent. Well, let's scatter a few different things down here and there and just kind of see how it ends up looking. We'll throw in some trees too. Large dry grass patch. Oh, that's not very appealing. Is that ugly? No, it's not too bad. That's not too bad. That just looks like somebody forgot to maintain the entire area for like a year and a half. The only problem with doing it like this is that you end up kind of the sense that it's just like individual little plop down things instead of more of a structural thing. So maybe it would make more sense to do just a little bit of spreading it out like this and do a couple different types. Kind of going all the way along this green belt here. Okay, and then we'll put in some different things here. Like so. I don't know. It's there. I mean, it's obviously there. It just doesn't look great to me. I'm thinking if we put down some trees, it'll all work a little bit better. I should be using 2 different types here, shouldn't I? Just for variety. Although, I can't really tell the difference, to be honest. We'll just go back and forth a little. We already have a few here. And I don't know how I feel about those. They're very bright green. Let's put down a brush with these and see if we've hit our clutter limit. We've totally hit our clutter limit. It's not hard to hit the clutter limit, for the record. Yeah, but that's definitely an improvement, right? Starting to look a little more natural now. What else can we add here to kind of make it all fit in better? I mean, trees are never wrong, right? You just can't go wrong with trees. But maybe we'll take a look at some of our other vegetation options. And a little bit of this. This doesn't really seem to be going down. Oh yeah, great. It's growing over the cars there. That's not what I had in mind. So we'll place some manually instead. Can we, like, get our brush size down to 0, please? No? Really? 14 is the minimum brush size now? I didn't think so. I'm always worried that I'll go overboard and end up like bogging everything down horrendously, but you know what? I'm already getting just insanely low frame rates, so I wonder if I can build like a little homeless encampment with a tent. Do I have any ploppable tents I can place? Beach towels. Ent. Maybe it would be easier if I looked for, you know, tent. Yeah, I can place them. But they have an actual upkeep cost. I don't know if that's what I want. I'm also worried that if I put these down, I'll get blinking not connected signs everywhere. So let's just let that be. And we'll see what we have in the way of like trash that we can place down instead. I don't want to do too much of this, obviously, because it's kind of going to stick out if I pile it everywhere. And then we have, what is this? Trash piles? Yeah, I suppose, you know, people dump stuff out in areas like this. And it doesn't always end up looking great. I know I have some dirty mattresses I can slap down too. Because, hey, not enough trash, right? And again, I'm kind of hiding them away. Abandoned shopping cart, sure, why not? Probably have that by the commercial areas, right? So, say here. And maybe over here even. Okay, well, so that's kind of just a bit of natural clutter. It, again, I'm not sure this looks great because it kind of doesn't seem to mesh with the ground color. But it's definitely better than having nothing there, isn't it? I sure think it is. Okay, so our new canal area is coming along reasonably well. I'm thinking maybe the hearses have kind of far to drive to get here. I don't know if I care a whole lot, to be honest. I'd be very surprised if this stuff ended up being abandoned as a result, so I'm just going to not worry about it too much. I'm going to put a little balloon vendor cart down here, because why on earth wouldn't I, right? Hell, we can even have a popcorn stand over here. This is the kind of micro detailing I generally shy away from a little because, well, it's a lot of work and it's not something you'll necessarily even see when you're looking at a city. Whereas, you know, filling out these green belts, that's a little more visible. I'm also still looking for infill opportunities just to help the population continue to grow here without having to build any major new projects. Well, here seems pretty obvious. We could definitely put something down here. We can just go like... that, maybe? And it's a bridge. Why would you do that? No reason whatsoever. Now what I'm trying to do, this is the button I'm looking for. Just need to flatten this all down because for some reason it decided to want it to be way too high up there. And we can even lower this a little bit to get everything to match up. There we go. How lovely. And we'll leave the tiny little areas alone. Okay, let's move on over here and do kind of some of the same things. This graveyard, let's start emptying it out, and then once it's empty we can do something useful with this area. We can maybe turn it into a little more commerce there. And you know what we could do here is we could try to make a smallish rail yard. I think if I want to do that, we would do well to take this section of rail here and make it pretty straight. Just, you know, straightforward enough. Force it to stay on the ground. Let's not. Let's see how this works out in normal mode. Yeah, that's not what I want. That is not what Stately desires. Stately desires a downhill slope here to the ground. Fine, here, we'll do it like this. How's that? And then we'll do a straight line connection to there, and it's still surprisingly not completely straight. I'm not quite sure how that works. Okay, that is better. What do we got going on here? This power post needs to rise up. Power posts rise up. Okay, now let's see what we can do to make this into a bit of a rail yard. I don't know if I have any good props for this. What I think we do is maybe go out like this and run parallel to, say, here, and then connect back here, and then we can run. Let's see if we can anarchy this in. Kind of can't, huh? Alright, well, we could do something like this. And maybe go like this. And this is definitely a place where I'd like it to be straight. So let's see if we can get it to behave. That looks a little bit like a rail yard, right? Once we straighten it out a little bit and add some decor, turn some things into maybe gravel instead of grass. It's all electrified. We can start the simulation again. I just didn't want the trains to have no place to go while I was doing this. And none of this should influence the actual operation of the train. The trains are just going to go straight on through. I suspect. I hope. Alrighty. Travel, brush size about 22, and it'll go like this, right? Yeah, all right. I can see this working. Get rid of that, and this, and this. We'll need some maybe maintenance buildings. Oh, look at that. It's actually using the southernmost rail instead of going straight. I wonder why. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. I'm just kind of curious as to why that would happen. Okay, let's incorporate these power lines into this to a degree. What we'll do is we'll bulldoze these to, say, here. And I might not even need these power lines. Sometimes I just use them as decorative props more than anything else. And here, for example, I can see the power lines just running parallel to the tracks along here. And then up to here, maybe. And that's okay right there. I don't know what I have in the way of rail yard props. I don't know if I need anything in the way of rail yard props. I could put down an industrial station here, a cargo station. Most of our industry is here, and that's handled well by the harbor. But this might not be a bad place for a freight terminal. Let's see what we've got. Cargo train terminal. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. And looks like it might be kind of difficult to get it aligned just so. Let's see. Because it seems like it wants to snap to the road, but I don't think it snaps of its own accord to rails. Let's check that theory. And of course, this will mean bulldozing all of this again, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah. How are we going to set this up to be just right? In theory, it's really close to this road, but I'm not going to be able to put it in here and have it work properly, and I don't know that I want to. So I'm thinking a slip road might be appropriate. You know what? Here, I have a better idea. I'm going to move this manually to where I want it to be. And then I'll have to run a road up to it somehow, I guess. Is that about right? That seems about right. Okay. Get the train tracks in. Train tracks. I don't anticipate this causing any trouble here. But this road, though. What do we do about this road? Yeah, that's a bit of a challenge. All right, here's what we'll try. We'll bulldoze these sections here. We're going to have to fix this up, obviously, after the fact. We'll pop down a standard 4-lane road in front of the freight yard here. And from, say, here to here, and back to here, and then over here. I don't know, we can just do that, to be honest. That's not too bad. Placement seems okay. We'll have to mess around with the altitudes a little bit. And we're going to want to move some of these buildings to align to the new road. And then we'll fill it in a little bit and see what else we can come up with here. This area is, oh, and our little side road here. Not sure which one I was using for that, but I suspect it might have been this one. Alright, that's unfortunate. We lost a building there. I was kind of trying to avoid that, but it's all good. Just put a new one in. And yeah, this is all commercial with a little bit of office space as well. And we could even put in maybe like one factory here. And maybe here as well. Yeah. I lost a lot of buildings. That's unfortunate, but whatever. We'll just fill it back in, and it'll be just fine. And hopefully just having a couple of little industries here won't be any major issue as far as like pollution or anything goes. Lower this a little bit. Oh, that's a problem right there. I believe neither side is connecting properly. So let's, hold on, I need to bulldoze these power lines as previously anticipated, because they are very much in the wrong place now. Let's just take them all down. Like so. How shall we do this? Is this going to be an issue? Is this still too high? Because if it's too high, we can lower it some more and hopefully not have to do anything too crazy. No? Can I select the thing I selected, please? Or, you know, the thing I thought I selected? And then we'll, connect it directly to the rail instead of trying to do it in multiple steps, because obviously that did not work out as anticipated. Okay, so from here to here, that's easy. And from here to, say, here. And now we should have a working little cargo terminal here. We'll see if any cargo trains show up, because that's kind of the proof, right? It's in the pudding, so to speak. This area here, it's kind of steep. I'm already a little regretful having put this down here, but I think this is okay. We'll just raise it up some, and then we can put down a couple of commercial areas here. Maybe a little one here, and here, and here. And it should all fill in just fine. Look, A-OK. I don't want industrial too close to the passenger station here. I wonder if this would ever be like high value enough to turn into a cool skyscraper or something. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but either way we'll find out. That looks better. I still want to see what we can do in the way of detailing here. Containers are always an option. Cinematic camera extended. Okay, not what I was trying to do. Container. This shouldn't be hard to spell, but apparently it is. Here, we'll put some pallets down. Oh, these are tiny. And we'll have some containers out here, just kind of filling out the space. Say, there. What else can we put down here? Well, definitely some garbage containers, but again, tiny, not that interesting. We're not really accomplishing a whole lot popping a trash can down on the corner here. Ooh, autosave freeze. And what else would be nice here? Well, we had some of those trash piles that would probably look okay. Something like I just have some of these down here, and I have the other ones that I was looking at earlier. This is just stuff you'd expect around a rail yard, right? And then maybe some of that yellow grass, like this. Alright, let's see what we can do with smallish brush size in this stuff. Nothing, apparently. We're not getting anything. But we are getting some freight trains, so hopefully that'll do us some good. Yeah, these little sprouts of grass look much better on the gravel than they did on the green grass here. Okay, what do we got in the way of like security shacks or... Ah, there we go. We'll put one of these down. What is this exactly? What's this marked as? Dream Guard Shack. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's my Dream Guard Shack, alright. More of that grass. I want more grass. Doesn't seem to like to rotate for some reason. Look at that. We got a cute little rail yard going on with a tiny little freight station. And as far as this goes, it pretty much looks fine. It's almost as good as new. Let's fill in the green. I'm going to upgrade this road. I don't like this non-textured road design, especially since it makes it very difficult to do the infill. As you can see, the entire road's basically just disappeared now. Something like this. Alright, we'll fill that in some more like that. And then this road, what shall we do with this road? Let's grab just a regular road will be just fine. There's no need to go crazy, no need to do anything out of the ordinary. Once this is empty, oh, that's going to take a little while, but once it's empty, I'll add this to the downtown area and continue to industry stuff up, so to speak. Let's see. This could be gravel, definitely. We can even have some over here, I suppose. And then this area back here, should we just pop down some trees? I'm always down for some trees. Do I need more brush strength? Yeah, I do. Throw some vegetation down. Nope, not playing nice. Fine, we'll do it by hand. It's all good. Yeah, that's more like it. Very nice. Maybe we can get some more of that grass in the gravel here. And over here, perhaps, and then we'll grab some of this to kind of fill it out. That's definitely an improvement, right? And I think this stretch of road can use a couple of billboards as well. It's easy to start like focusing on one thing to the exclusion of everything else. I need to obviously try not to do that. These things cost nothing Except performance, obviously. They will hurt my performance given the opportunity. What else? There we go. All right. Now, this intersection, guys, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And I don't really know what to do about it. I mean, it's obvious there's just a lot of heavy traffic here, and that's fine. There's no problem with heavy traffic. We want traffic because traffic means our city is being successful. We just kind of don't want quite so much of it all at the same spot, you know. Just kind of putting down some asphalt here while I think about what we can do. I don't know. Maybe better off kind of expanding this a little bit. No, we're clearly not better off expanding that a little bit. Certainly not on that side. Yeah. Where are all these guys going? Are like most of them going... it's all over the place, though. You know, we got a lot of them coming over to the industry area here, and that's perfectly acceptable and expected. That's why we have the roundabout. But it's just being problematic. So I'm going to think about that a little bit while I carry on my detailing here, and maybe we'll come up with a good excuse, a good idea for that for the end of the stream. Let's see what we can do here to kind of cut the traffic noise. Take one of these big hedge networks, and we'll just run a nice hedge all the way down here. Height too high? What do you mean height too high? Like that, and we'll even go around the corner here and kind of have that hedge come up to the building. And now we have this little area we can do something with. We have high-density residential kind of scattered about this area. I don't know if that's where we're going with this. Let's just put down a little patch of offices here. Little space there, and just like that. Then we can put some trees down here, and we'll use the line tool and some modest little trees. Like this, perhaps. Well, those aren't exactly modest, but they do look nice. We'll take them just fine and dandy. Doesn't do anything for the actual real estate value, but that's not really the point. I'm doing this because it makes me happy. How's YOLO Grounds doing? We haven't checked in a while. Still profitable. Are all of our parks profitable? Galaxy Park. Oh, Galaxy Park is very profitable. And I just need a little bit of entertainment to get this up to level 5. I'm not sure I've ever had a level 5 city park before. I wasn't really planning on doing much more here because it feels to me like it's well filled out, but just for the sake of getting that entertainment level up, I'm gonna go for it. Didn't I have these blocks going all the way over to here? And like a taco truck and street light. My props like to disappear. It bugs me a lot. But okay, one thing at a time. We'll not worry about that right this second. Let's go ahead and grab our city parks here and see what we might be able to put down. Let's look at the large buildings. We've got the chess thing, obviously. And we can have more than one of these individual things. That's not really the point. Park info booth, park restrooms, park cafe. We already have a cafe here. The info booth and restrooms we have too. These, alas... Oh, you know what? I could actually put a pier out here. Not only can I do that, I have. I'm kind of being a doofus here. I didn't realize I already had one, but we can do a second one. I don't see why not. This guy is Park Pier number 2. And it'll look just great right there. Look how nice that is. I wish I could do something about this. You'd think use Move It, right? But, I mean, Road Anarchy, but it doesn't work on park paths. You can't Road Anarchy park paths. I also would like some flowers. Do we have any, like, natural flower beds? Just kind of shady bushes. That's not too interesting, but let's see how they look. Here, we'll do kind of a scattering of them. We'll put a nice big brush size up, and we'll just pop a couple down here. Maybe over here as well. Yeah, those are nice. Let me just tweak this a tiny little bit. I don't like that the walk-up path is overlapping the bridge, I mean the road. But that's fine and dandy right there. And we can grab a couple of trees to kind of frame that. Let's see what's available. Oh, these are always nice. Nope, not like a brush size of 100. We're just going to put like one over here. And one over there. Okay, so how does that register on our... Come on, dude. That's the thing I was just looking at. 1008 out of 1120. I still need something else to get this up to level 5. I don't think I'm going to. I don't want to overcrowd this, and stuffing more stuff in there just doesn't seem like the greatest idea ever. So this area, what are we going to do with this area? Did I leave this empty on purpose? I might have. I mean, I don't remember leaving it empty on purpose, but filling it in might make sense, or putting down a little side path, perhaps. I'd like it to be right in the middle if I was going to do that. So let's see. Let's turn all of the snapping off. All of the snapping is off. Let's turn the node snapping off, and we still can't do that. All right, in that case, we'll just fill it in, and for a bit of variety, we'll put some high density here. This is valuable real estate, and I don't see any reason not to use high density occasionally. As you can see, some of it's already here and has, at least to a degree, filled in, although for some reason the zoning here doesn't seem to properly overlap. I'm not sure what's going on there. And I could put something here, so I will. Because, again, valuable real estate right by the metro station here, which is doing 314 passengers. And just looking at it, there's people, but it's not insane. This guy's all boarded up by the look of it and is not full. So that's kind of what we were looking for. Stuff like this normally fills in faster. I'm used to that not taking quite so long. Let's see. All right, this guy is fully emptied, so we'll stop emptying it. Do we have any major issues that require our attention? I don't see any power issues. I don't see any massive piles of blinking lights anywhere. Here, everything okay in this new little area here? Yeah, that's fine. I just kind of want to do something with this little corner here. Let's grab some big redwoods. That's what we can do here. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. And we'll have some foliage underneath it. Like so, and that way it's just this big old area that never got touched. How are these freight trains doing? Currently loading to the cargo train terminal, so that's unloading. It's loading up again with 53% cargo. It's not bad. This is a bit of a traffic jam, isn't it? Now, is the freight train going to be able to move now? Yeah. Yeah, that's just fine. Should our rail yard here have some fencing around it? I think maybe it should. Let's see what we've got. Actually, I can just dig that up from the network walls menu here. And I think, what do we got? Chain link security fence sounds about right to me. And we'll just kind of stick to the rail line. Kind of put it on the border between the gravel and the grass. And back here we can kind of run it into the back of the building. And we'll do the same thing over on this side. Fence it all off a little bit. Now, one thing that we need to keep an eye on here is we're adding a lot more traffic to this road. Now, it is a 4-lane road. So that's promising in theory. And the only issue, again, would be here. This is starting to get out of control. Not sure what's going on here. But you know the drill. We grab the traffic manager. We set some lane rules. If I can remember where the lane rules were. And we stop this from happening. That was the wrong button. That was the wrong button too. So I'm going to make guys work out what lane they want to be in long before they get here is kind of the plan. And that means we're just going to go back and force them to go straight back to, say, here. Whoa. Lots of traffic. Yeah, this is less ridiculous. They are still getting kind of jammed up here. I almost feel like I need a more elaborate off-ramp system here, but we're already kind of at that spaghetti node point. And that's where it starts getting rough because everything you add just makes it look crazier and crazier. But we're kind of obligated, I suppose. Turn my snapping back on here. Generally, I try to keep it on unless it absolutely has to be off. No. That's not right. We need something a little more gradual to link up with the road here. So Let's put in a curved road. Why is when I select something, the bulldozer selection doesn't go away? That's not my idea of a curved road. Something like that does seem better. We just need to change the turn rules here because we don't want people turning left onto this. That's absolutely not the plan. So everybody here has to go straight. This is not for turning left. And I'm just thinking that'll let some of these trucks that want to get onto the freeway do it a little bit faster. We can do something similar here. Maybe we can put down a shortcut here that would let people stay off the roundabout if they're just doing this. Actually, there's a couple of different things we can add here to just kind of alleviate traffic overall. So, let's take a stab at it. Why am I not allowed to put down a road? Are you being irritating? You're being irritating. Hello, road selected. Check. Thank you. So that, for example, and I'm going to curve this a little. Move this intersection back just a tad. And again, this is going to be right turn only. Means you have to go there, and you have to go there, and I don't want to hear any nonsense about you guys not doing that. Nobody's using it yet. But I guess they don't have to if they don't want to. I can't make them. The reason these don't get used right away is because most of this traffic has already decided how they're going to drive long before they got here. This should be allowed to turn, though. Not only should this be allowed to turn, I'm not seeing many people get off here. Okay, here's one, so it's not completely unheard of. But as I was saying, they don't need to go straight there. You're also allowed to go here if you so desire. So that's good. Should these guys be allowed to turn into here? Are we going to be like messing this up if we start doing that? I don't know, but I'm willing to try it. We'll allow that guy to turn off as well and see how it goes. All right, so this is actually moving, and holy cow, what a nightmare I have created here. But this has cleared it up a fair amount. I mean, this was starting to back up onto the bridge, and now it's not. So let's just take a look at this for a minute and see what there is to see. It seems to be pretty good to me now. I mean, granted, this thing is getting completely out of control design-wise. And what's going on here? This is a little weird. Let's get these levels sorted out because this is just strange. We're going to raise that for starters. And we'll raise this node. Oh, that's much better. Very clean. Clean-ish. I say very clean. I think other people might not agree with me that this is very clean, but, everybody's a critic. Let's do a bit of leveling here, get that brush size moved up to Yeah, something like that. Get this turned all the way down. And that's kind of all we needed to do, just that. Much, much nicer. Let's see. All right, what do we got going on here? We've got two-lane road. Maybe I should replace this with a one-lane here. Sometimes it's better to simplify things by minimizing the number of lanes rather than going overboard. Even this might be better off as a one-lane, simply because once they get here, well, there's not a lot coming in from here, so leaving this a two-lane is probably fine. But this section here, I think, should be a single lane. I'll let it be. It looks okay. I don't see any significant issues here that we need to worry about. Let's decorate it just a little bit. Let's gravel up the areas between the various intersections. Probably including this area. I need a smaller brush though. This is obviously too big for what I'm trying to do. As you can see by the fact that I've kind of colored outside the lines a bunch here. And here as well. And here. That looks, suddenly it looks a lot cleaner too. I mean, it's still kind of a chaotic intersection, but now it looks a little more integrated, I suppose, because of the way this is set up. So that's just fine. And now we can put something down here. Should we have like a drainage pond? Would that be something we can do here? This is one of those things where I think I have a simple little idea and I end up flooding the entire city. All right, guys. Hold my beer. I'm going to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab just about the right size brush here. We're going to use a low brush strength. And we're going to low brush strength. Low brush strength, my ass. Flatten it out. Turn that brush strength even farther down. And like that, I guess, would be about right. Yeah, that looks good. I can never find the right button for the water. I'm pretty sure it's in landscaping. Is it this? Yeah, there it is. Oh, we need a hell of a lot less water capacity than that. All the way down, even further. Well, I already destroyed it. Okay, bad idea. Bad, Stately. Because I can't get the water level any lower than that. Okay, what have I done? This is... That's as low as it goes. And, okay, here. Remove that capacity. How do I remove this? It might not be possible. Let's see. Have I created an unremovable water source? Lord have mercy. There it goes. There goes the flood. Oh, man. Hey, check it out. We lost 333 students last year. Wait, why would we lose 333 students? That's no fair. They were doing so well. Wow, okay, everybody's like totally done being educated. They're all like bored of the idea now. Oh man, this is a mess. It looks like once everything has actually gone away, if I raise the land here just a little bit. Oh man, I am telling you, man, working with water in this game is just such a fraught thing. Let's see, our tram depot has flooded. Let's see what happens here. Is it gonna go away pretty quickly? It looks like it actually is going away pretty quickly. Fortunately, the water capacity that I set up there was tiny. But it is kind of flowing through downtown here. There's not a damned thing I can do about it. But it does seem like it's not going to be nearly as bad as our previous mishap. Wait, what? Seriously, I have a billboard that's flooded. You know what, billboard? Deal. Here. There, I raised the billboard. I've rescued the billboard, guys. It's okay, I saved the billboard. Okay, this is not nearly as bad as it could have been. We still have some water here and there. This guy, again, I'll bet you I can just raise this guy up a little bit. Whee! Okay, it's fine now. Now it's no longer flooded. Now we just put it down to the right level, and I'll bet you it'll be okay. Or maybe not. We'll see. Alright, the flooding's dissipated. I have successfully made a pond. I have a little bit of water still on the side here that I don't really want, so let's just raise the land here a tiny bit. Not single, obviously, but not too big either. There. Like that. Okay. Alright, that's kind of what I had in mind. So, in the end, it did work out. Just, not spectacularly competently. Let's put some vegetation around this. Like that. Let's see what we can do in the way of grass too. Is this Indian grass ugly? No, the Indian grass is kind of nice. That looks good on a water side. You can pretend it's cattails. Or, if you've ever played Empyrean, you'll know they're officially called hot dog plants. Corn dog plants, that's what they're called. Look how nice that is. Let's put some trees around it. And I might even do a couple of little ferns. Very beautiful. And what would be a good tree for an area like this? Something that looks like it thrives near water. Oh, there you go. Look at those. And some smaller ones. What do we got? Also kind of marshy looking trees, right? Put a few of those here and there. Man, that's like almost pleasant. And while we're at it, let's use these same trees here. Again, we'll pop down some grass, kind of flesh it out. But mostly I'm looking for... Well, that's invisible. I mean, I could put that anywhere and you wouldn't be able to see it. Some weeds, always a good idea, I guess. Have some weeds. And here, and then just because it's still urban, and urban areas are never perfect, we'll chuck down some trash, have some junk here and there, maybe even containers. I'm kind of looking for, no, well, what I'm looking for is a dumpster, but I don't seem to have those. I thought I did. Yeah, this is well improved. I still want to kind of flesh these areas up a little bit. Traffic-wise, now I'm getting some issues here. So this is why I was thinking maybe I needed to make these into single lanes. Let's go ahead and try it, and you know, if it's worse, if that makes it terrible, we will obviously switch back. Oh, that's not attractive, is it? Alright, we'll use official freeway off-ramps. They just look better in the context. And now, yeah, so now we have 2 lanes going into 1 lane here. So let's just do the entire thing. Make this whole thing a single lane. And see how that goes. Suddenly a lot of people aren't using it. Is that a problem? I don't know if that's a problem. That could very well be a problem. Well, folks, we've already gone over our hour here today, so I think that's going to do it. We'll work on the detailing a little more tomorrow, maybe. See if we can come up with a nice new project to get started on, too. But I'm going to have to leave it at that for now. So thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, love me on YouTube, name your kids after me, blah, 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 etc., etc. And take it easy, folks. See you all next time. Peace.